guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see, huh? I had already exfoliated my face off of camera before starting the video. We're gonna go in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. And I only put this in two areas, which is underneath my eyes, because that's where I have most of my large pores. And while we are putting on that primer, you kind of want to push it into your face so that way it can, get in your skin. And moving on to the next primer, which is the Maybelline Master Prime Primer. And I use this on the rest of my face so that I didn't put the e.l.f. primer on. And these two together, I love them. I've used it for I don't know how long. So girl, if you ain't got it, you gotta go get it. And I went ahead and did my eyebrows off camera, but quickly I'll show you the products I used. I used the IT Cosmetics Brow Pencil with no shade, Milani Brow Pomade in the shade 05, which is dark brown, and the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, the black cap. Now we're going to go in with the shade Perfectionist, and that's just to set the concealer, just so you can have something to blend out those shades together, because you don't want to go ahead into the shades and then your shades get stuck because of the wet primer. Now we're gonna go in with the shade Lolly Mama, and that's gonna be above the crease, so as like I guess like the transition shade, I think that's what they call it. And I'm just taking the shade on a blending brush. This one I got it, I think, off of Wish, so it doesn't have like a name or number to it. But it's a really good brush though. And we're just blending and blending away because you don't want any harshness going on, so girl, keep blending. And then we're going to go in with the Morphe M433 brush with the shade Not My Journey, which is this really pretty purple, kind of like, it has a little reflexes in it, a little bit, which I was kind of, second guessing, but I didn't even tell whenever it's on the eyes. So we're just going to put that in the crease area and kind of like on the outer corner of the eye. I guess that's what you call it, the outer corner. And quickly you're going to see that I am switching brushes between the Morphe and this other blending brush that doesn't really have a number, or I can't really read the name of it because it's super tiny. Only because I did want it to look more softer and have that blend to it, so that's the reason why I was switching brushes. And here I did grab a small, like almost detailed kind of brush, so that way I can blend out and put some more of that pink. And y'all already know this is my shit, that Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer to cut creases. I did do that off camera, and then we're going to take the shade My Man and pack it on the lid where that concealer is. And I did have to change brushes because this one that I'm using right now is a flat shader brush, and I did change it to a blending brush only because it did pack on more and was easier to use in a way. And you'll see here that I'm still working on it. I'm still packing on that shade only because you do want it to be vibrant and, you know, just stick out more because that is the lid shade. And not only that, it's an orange shade, so come on. I mean, you're gonna want it like blinding orange, right? And sorry if you can hear my kid or dogs in the back. That's them playing, because you know, that mom life. Yep, it's the mom life. And then right here, I am going back and forth with the purple shade, which is the Not My Journey. I am going back and forth with Not My Journey and My Man to blend out that little harshness going on right there in the end. Then we're going to quickly go in with the NYX Matte Black Liquid Eyeliner. We're not going to make a wing, we're just going to put, you know, a little thin line for the lashes, which I kind of did want to make a wing, but then I was second guessing it, so I was like, no, let me not. And then in the end, I kind of wish I did. Story of my life. And girl, let me put you on real quick. I don't know how many times I gotta keep telling my family about this, but I use AOA Studio Lashes, which is Shop Miss A website, and everything is $1 there. So yes, these are dollar lashes. These are 3D faux mink, and the name of it is Jean, and I do use their lash glue as well, and their lash glue is bomb. I love their lashes. I've been using their products forever. Next, we're going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation in the shade Warm Honey, which is 322. And let me tell y'all, this is my first time trying this foundation, and oh my gosh, I don't know why I've never gotten this foundation before. And I am taking an e.l.f. sponge to blend out the foundation, and oh my god, y'all gotta get these e.l.f. sponges. They are so soft, and they just work miracles. Like, oh my gosh, I freaking love them. And then I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette, and I'm going to take that shade right there and just cream contour. And I'm sorry y'all for that last recording when my daughter was yelling, because I'm going to show y'all what it's really like being a mom and doing makeup. So she's always all up in my stuff. She's just, you know, curious as well, so why not? And I went ahead and did blend out that contour off camera. Then now we're taking the e.l.f. concealer once again in the shade Tan Neutral. And once again with these e.l.f. sponges, this is the e.l.f. concealer sponge specifically for concealer, and this sponge right here is awesome as well. we're just blending it out, and it gives it just that airbrush look. Like, it's so freaking poppin'. And then we're gonna take the Airspun loose face powder in the shade Naturally Neutral, and we're just gonna take that same elf sponge that we blended out the concealer with and set the concealer with that loose powder. And now I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Pressed Powder in the shade Sun Beige, which is 310. And as you can see, I'm just putting it everywhere around my face where I don't have that loose powder setting the concealer. And now I'm just dusting away that loose powder. I don't let it sit there for too long, only because, you know, like, I'm already dark and I don't need just this white cast all on my face, so I don't let it sit there for too long. Now I'm taking the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Deep Bronzer, and girl, this bronzer right here, let me tell you once again. No, I'm just kidding. But it is a really good bronzer. I love the smell of it and everything. It's so easy to blend. And I'm just putting that bronzer where I did contours, so just go overlap it. And once we're done with bronzing, we're going in with the Maybelline Fit Me a Loose Powder in the shade Medium Deep, which is number 30. And we use this with a Real Technique sponge. And I do use this powder to cut my bronzer, and there's just something about me using the sponge and the loose powder together just because it gives it that like soft look. While letting that loose powder set, we are going to go in with the Lolly Mama shade with a e.l.f. eye crease brush. And we're going to take that same shade and blend it on the lower lash. And then using that same brush, we're going to go in with the shade Not My Journey, which is that purple shade that we used earlier. And we're also going to blend it out on the lower lash. And you want to blend those two shades out really well, because girl, you don't want to look crazy with a harsh lower lash. After blending those two shades out, we are taking the Wet n Wild blush in the shade Mellow Wine. And I am putting on that blush very lightly, only because the eyes are already, you know, crazy with all the colors, and you don't want to look more crazier with this really pink blush on your cheeks. Now, once again, we're going to be dusting off that loose powder and quickly moving on to highlighter, which is the Wet n Wild Fantasy Makers highlighter in the shade Illuminati, something like that. I don't know how you say it, but it's a really pretty shade. And finally, we're going to be taking the Morphe liquid lipstick in the shade Jealousy, and I did quickly go in with the Rimmel Stay Matte liquid lip in the shade Be My Baby and just put it in the center. And that is it, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope y'all really like the look. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and catch my next video. Bye!